welcome to Make an Impact Monday. I'm Lori Joy, and today we are going to talk about high value content that converts. So I'm usually here at noon. Thank you for coming a little bit later today at 2:30. And the reason I want to talk about high value content converts is I was actually just doing a training with my paid clients about what to put out onto social media so that it starts to attract your ideal clients. We have a very simple yet strategic way of doing that. And so today, when I'm coming to you, I want to talk to you about your content. So we're always told to be consistent and have content and put it out there into the world. And so let's talk about how to do that and how to do that with ease so that it's not overly complicated. So if you're here on the live, say hello, and the comments tell me where you're tuning in from. And if you're here on Team Replay, you want to say hi as well. So today I want to talk about, is your content worth it? Is what you're sharing actually worth your people, your ideal clients' time of consuming? I want to also talk about how to keep your content simple, right? Because an overwhelmed person does not buy. And I also want to talk about having a strategy behind your content. So those are the three things that will help you to have highly converting content. So when I'm talking about content, I'm talking about what are you putting out onto social media for people to consume. So that could be anything from a reel on Instagram to a story on Facebook to a post on anywhere, any social media platform that you have. Anything that you're putting out there for people to see, hear, or interact with is what we call your content. Now, I want you to keep in mind that your content, right, has to be something that your ideal client wants to consume. Your ideal client has to be something your ideal client wants to consume. So your desperately wants from you. So whether that be your network marketing products or the transformation that you offer inside of your program, they want it. And so when you are preparing and putting content out, you want to keep in mind the ideal client, not the person who's like balking at the price of your network marketing products or is talking about how they don't have the time to do your program. You are talking to the person who says, I cannot go another day without, or I cannot go another day with, and I need your solution. And so when you're thinking about the content that you're putting it out there, let's talk about, is it worth it? Is it worth the time and the effort that your people have to put in either to read the post or interact with the blog or watch the reel? Is it worth it? And we want to make our content worthy so that people come back for our content over and over and over again. That's our secret sauce. We want people to love what we do and to always be showing up and consuming it, right? So you inside this group, I want you to love what we do every Monday, talking about boot camps and business and going live and having 5-figure launches and growing to a 6+ figure business. This is what we want you to learn and love about being in this group. So is your content worth it? So remember, people are busy, right? People are busy. We're all busy, but there are a number, if not thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that want what you have. But are you able to deliver that content and give them enough value? So I want you to be able to walk away from a live that I do every Monday and change the way you do business. Change the actual physical way you do business or the way you think about your business. That's the whole premise behind the content that I make every week. So instead of just putting content out there to put content out there, do you have a strategy behind it? And that's the third point we're going to talk about. But you want to make sure that your ideal clients sign up. So whether that's a training that you do every week, like we're doing here, whether that's a 5-day boot camp, which we show you how to run several times a year so that you can attract your ideal client. The first thing you want to do is put out a solution to a problem so people will sign up. So think about that. In your business, whether it be a program or whether it be a network marketing network marketing products, what do you do or what do you share so that your ideal client will want to show up? What is the pain point that you can help them overcome? What is the pain point that your network marketing product overcomes, or what is the pain point or the transformation that your business will take them through? Whether that's in a 3-month course, 6-month course, 12-month course, whatever that may be. So, is it worth it? And how, when you're thinking about this, you have to spin the content and make it worth it so that your ideal client shows up. So, you want to identify a pain point and call out your ideal client in the title, either in your boot camp or in the first line of your post or the first 3 seconds of your reel. What are you going to do and what's the problem you're going to solve? And when you start solving people's problems with your free content, they'll start to put you on their calendar. They'll start to interact with your page on Facebook or Instagram. And then the algorithm will continue to show that page to them, because it'll be like, oh, so-and-so loves my page. Well, then we're going to put that in front of her more often. And so when you're thinking about your content, is it valuable? Is it worth it? Right? You want people to clear their calendar. So if you're running a 5-day boot camp and you want your ideal client to show up for all 5 days, you have to compound that value of your content so that they keep showing up every day. And the way to do it is to make sure every day of your boot camp builds on each other. You want to give your people a mini win each day of your boot camp. Now, if you're just doing a post and you're attracting people into your business, then, right, consistency is going to help you have people put you on their calendar. So every Monday, I go live inside of this group, usually at the same time, but of course today was different, so that people can start to put me on their calendar. So when I pop up, they either know, oh, Lori did a live and I'm going to join live and watch it right now, or I'm going to join her and watch it on the replay later in the group. So you want your people to decide that when they have to show up and if the content is good enough, because we want them to attend our trainings or interact with our posts. So I want you to think about the last thing you posted on social media. Did it hit all of these 3 things that we're going to talk about today? Was it worth it? Was it worth it for people to interact with, right? Was it simple? And was there a strategy behind it? Because sometimes as a CEO of our business, we think if we just put any content out there, it's great, because I have to, the gurus are telling me put 7 to 10 posts a day out onto social media, and that's going to, change the way I do my business. It is not. It just means you're working harder and posting more content. So if you can keep it simple, right, and you can make it worth their while, and you can identify a pain point and give them a solution, people will start to show up, they'll start to sign up, and they'll start to put you on their calendar, or, put notifications on when you're posting. You want to solve a problem that your people have. So we're talking about the worthiness of your content, right? The worthiness of your content. So I will joke and often say, we're no longer posting pictures of our lunch. As the CEO of our business, we are elevating our posts. We are elevating our content so that people know that they can come to you to get a solution to a problem that they have. So when you're putting your content forward, are you solving a problem? Think about the last thing that you did on social media. Did you solve a problem? And would people come back and repeat and take in your content over and over? Now, another thing you want to do when you're posting your content and having it convert, meaning someone who has just met you, doesn't know you, comes and stumbles upon this live or a reel or a post, something on social media, are they going to convert? Now, that can mean a number of things. If it's in a boot camp, are they converting into your program or your business? If it's a post, are they converting into your free Facebook group? If it's a reel, are they converting into a follower? There's different levels of conversion. And so when you're putting your content out there, in order for that content to convert, you need to keep it simple. People are busy. They say you have 3 seconds to interact and catch someone's attention on social media. 3 seconds. So your content, brevity is your friend. Sometimes we think we have to go on and on forever. We have to write these long posts. Sometimes just brevity is your friend by just keeping it simple. So we don't want to overwhelm with our content. We don't want to put too much out there all at once, because an overwhelmed person does not buy. So that's working in your favor. Also, you want to just give away the basics of your solution, of your business. So if you're a network marketer and you have a number of products of which you share, right? You just want to give away the basics. Sometimes I see network marketers, and I can say this because I've been a network marketer for 11 years as well. And I used to do this when I first started, and it was just sharing by bliss, by pure ignorance. And I would list all the ingredients and all of these multi-syllabic words and these, these scientific notions. And people would be like, they don't really care. You know what they really care is the solution that the product offers and your passion behind it. So when you can be simple and give away the basics, that's a win. That's a win for you, and it's a win for your person. So sometimes what happens is we overwhelm because we think we have to overcompensate, and you don't. So when you're looking for content convert, just giving away the basics is great. And because what happens is you want to give away enough free content that converts, so that people who can get a win with you by consuming your free content will be like, I cannot believe they gave that to me for free. I can't imagine what coaching with them would be like, or I can't imagine being on their network marketing team would be like. So when you can give them something for free and have a win, right? By keeping it simple, by, just giving them the basics, that's a win-win as well. All right. And the third thing you want your content to have is strategy. I cannot talk about this more. This should be the basis for every single thing you put out on social media. So I just finished a live training with the women inside of my Launch It Live Academy to show them how they can consistently post on social media by having this strategy. Now, I can't go into that training, obviously, right now. I just don't have the time. But let's talk about some of the aspects that I did share with the ladies that I can share with you today. I want you to think about this. I want you to think about the content you're creating and putting out there, right? And start with the end in mind. I want you to start with the end in mind. So where are you taking your people with this post? Where are you taking your people with this reel? Where are you taking your people with your boot camp? Where are you taking your people with this live? If you can start with the end in mind, having a strategy, and work your way backwards, your content creation can get simpler. It can relieve a lot of undue stress for you, right? When you're building a particular boot camp, a 5-day boot camp, what you want to do is have your content build on each other. Each day build on one another, right? Continually having that win. If you only go live, say once a week inside your Facebook group, you can still do that, right? Have each week maybe build on each other. Have a series of lives that you can give in order for your content to be consumed and then to convert. But if you think about this, sometimes we're blindly putting things out on social media without that strategy. And if you don't have a strategy, right, and starting with the end in mind, you may not see your social media posts or your reels or your boot camps actually converting the way you want to. So do you have a strategy, right, in order to gain more followers? Do you have a strategy to grow your Facebook group? Do you have a strategy to fill your business after your boot camp? That's part of the three things you need to do in order to have your content convert, right? So when we're having high value content that converts, just stop for a second and do a little bit of planning. Think about your solution that your business offers. Think about your ideal client and who you want to be part of that business, and then start to create your content for those people. And keep it simple, right? Make it worth it. Spend a little extra time and maybe do fewer posts. Maybe spend a little extra time and plan out a really highly lucrative or valuable live. Spend a little bit of time and, right, make it simple for your people. Break something down like I'm doing here for you today, right? You want that highly converting content. You want it to be worth it, right? You want it to be worth it. You want to keep it simple, right? Brevity is your friend. This training is 20 minutes. And then what you want to do is have a strategy. So everybody that comes into this particular group has raised their hand and says, I'm interested in launching live and keeping it simple. And that's what we do here. We teach you how to run a 5-day bootcamp to have a 5-figure launch in your business, whether that's network marketing or a program. And we offer that free intensive communal training several times per year. And that's what we want to show you how to do as well. So the strategy with going live here every week is to build your belief around 5-day boot camps. And if you've done them before and they haven't converted well, you're missing some aspects that we teach you for free. If you've never done a launch and you're just starting your business, this is a beautiful way for you to get out in front of your people to validate your offer before you spend all the time creating, your modules and your lessons and everything that you could be doing in your program. It is so easy to do and so wonderful for your business that every week I come here to talk to you about doing a 5-day bootcamp, about going live, about the content that you share within that bootcamp. That's the strategy for every live we do here every week. That's the strategy. I don't just show up live every week and without it. So we want to be passing that on to you as well, right? What content can you be creating for your ideal client that's going to convert them either into a lover of your product, a follower of your account, a buyer into your business? So sometimes we have to just break down our content and think, take a second, take a breather, take a step back and think, is this going to be worth the time that people can come here and watch this, right? Or consume it? Am I going to keep it simple enough, right? I'm not going to throw a bunch of jargon at them or science at them or all of these steps that they have to go through. And am I going to be strategic? And when you start to apply those 3 things to your business, you're going to see a difference in the conversion in your content. So sometimes we don't have to be on all of the platforms, ladies, doing all of the things, sharing all of, every aspect of our life. Sometimes we have to step back and we have to think about, where do I want to take my people with this particular content? Am I going to keep it simple? And is it going to be worth it? And when you break it down like that, your business will start to change, right? It's not going to be overnight, but as you consistently build better content, your business will change for the better. Promise. So if you have any questions about this particular content, how to create it, any questions on how to keep it simple, just make sure you put it in the comments. We'll be here to answer it, and we will see you next Monday for another Make an Impact Monday. Take care.